Namaste to all of you. First of all, heartfelt Guru Poornima wishes to all the Gurus who have enlightened our path. Today, it's just a casual video. I just wanted to sit down and talk about an incident from my life and how important a Guru or a teacher can be in our life, and how disrespect towards them is completely wrong no matter what excuses one might have. First of all, let me begin with whom I consider my Guru as. Manasa Guru, Sadguru, of course. I mean, I've never really met him in person, but his words, his writings, his books, his speeches has really helped me in surpassing certain circumstances all throughout my studies. And when I was, I felt completely lost in life, I was very much touched by Sadguru. So I consider him as my Manasa Guru. So in today's special occasion, the two gurus who come to my mind are Sadguru and Santosh sir. I wanted to talk about Santosh sir more. I was my class teacher in class 9 and 10. I changed my school. I was studying in one school from grade 1 to 8, and then my parents suddenly decided to change my school to a different one. But then when I went to the new school, they kind of bullied me and I felt very bad. I wanted to go back and I came back to my old school. So before coming back, my best friend Amita, she called me and told me that if you're coming back, it's going to be so good that we have a new teacher who came to our school. He's an ex-military officer and you'll probably like him. And I was like, ex-military? Every job deserves respect. Every jobs are equal, but in my mind, a soldier or a military officer is the topmost. So I was very excited. Okay, I'll have a military officer sir as my class teacher. I was very excited. So I came back, and in the principal's office, she called me, yeah, so you came back. Which class do you want to go? I was like, I want to go back to my first class, my previous class with my friends, 9th D. And then she asked Santosh sir's class. I was like, yeah, Santosh sir's class. So she called him, and that's the first time I met Santosh sir. The teacher said, yeah, she Megha wants to join your class. So the class was full. So I think around 36 or something. So the class was full, but still he told, yeah, then we'll take her. That was in his class. First of all, he changed my place, so I was a bit okay. But then still I liked him because ex-military officer, so I had this level of respect in my mind. Days went on. The first chapter, French Revolution, he taught us social science. So there was this system called the daily diary system, in which you had a book, you had to write the date, what all did you study that day, and the time and the parent signature. So it was must. But then half of the students in my class used to put fake signatures. That is a different thing. So I forgot to bring that book that day. I did not miss it before, I think, but that day he checked the names and my name was not there, my book was not there. So he asked the students who did not bring the daily diary to stand out. So it was just a group of boys and me and another girl, so 2 girls and a lot of boys. I was very humiliated because I have never really stood outside the class, but I felt very humiliated. I did not bring the book. That's not the way you talk to a teacher. So I was completely rude to him. I did not bring the book. What's wrong? I have brought it till this day. I just forgot one day and you're making me stand outside. Of course, he did make me stand outside. So me and that girl were standing here. Some boys were there. And then I put on this expression. My goodness. I've been putting on that expression way before then. But my parents used to say, Megha, don't put that expression in your face. I never listened to them. And I put the same expression there. It was something like, I cannot recreate it because that was that bad. It was that bad. I put something like this. So I'm a dancer, so I can put on a wide variety of expressions. And sir saw that. He saw that and he was like, Megha, don't show such faces to me. Don't put on such expressions in front of me. He was a bit angry. That's when my brain snapped and I was like, Megha, what did you do to a teacher? You were not supposed to do that. That was completely disrespectful. And it was very sad. I was standing with the French Revolution open in my hands and he was teaching. I felt very guilty. I've never really felt that guilty ever in my life. And after the class, he said, yeah, you can go back to your seats. And he got out of the class. And I ran. I ran as quickly as possible. I went behind him and said, sir, excuse me. I wanted to say sorry. I know what I did was wrong. It was very bad of me to do that. It was very rude of me to do that. And so I was like, it's okay, Megha, you understood, you feel guilty, you're sorry, that's it, that's enough. It's okay. And ever since that day, My respect for Santosh sir is only grown exponentially. I understood how wrong it is to disrespect a teacher. If Santosh sir did not correct me that day, maybe to this day I might have continued doing that. But he did correct me that day, and it was indeed, you can say, a turning point in my character or a behavior. After that, Santosh sir has been my favorite teacher. Another thing about Santosh sir is that his discipline. Half of my classmates did not like that, but see, I told you, I have this huge respect for soldiers, and Santosh sir, ex-military man, he has his discipline. I've never really seen a person who is as disciplined as sir. So he has this neatly pressed shirt, pants, and very well polished shoes. He used to come in that uniform shoes every day, and most of the boys from my class used to get scolded by him for not properly polishing their shoes. I used to get scolded by him because I did not braid my hair two sides. So he was very strict about discipline, time management, mostly discipline. So that's one thing which I remember very well about him. And sir's discipline is completely, like I said, his discipline is without parallels. And he inspires me to be disciplined too. He inspired me to make a timetable, follow it, be a little bit more disciplined with your life. Not just discipline, my interest for social science. If you have been watching my videos, then you will understand that I have a special place for politics and Indic history. Definitely that came from Santosh sir, because class 9th and 10th, there have been moments I have debated with him. It was very foolish of me. I mean, I was very blind. I was brainwashed by NCRT and politicians that I was a huge fan of certain freedom fighters. I don't want to name. Yeah, let me. We had a debate. He was just teaching us about the Indian nationalism, right? Nationalism in India. There was a chapter. Main heroes were, of course, Gandhi and Nehru. And he taught us about, it was not just them. There were more than Gandhi and Nehru who gave their lives for the freedom of India, who were a huge part of the nationalist movements of India. And all those definitely, poked an interest in Indic history in me. That's how I went on to learn and read more about Savarkar and Netaji, and they became my favorite freedom fighters. We had a class, and he taught us the difference between nationalism and patriotism. So it was fun, but I did not have a deep interest in that subject. Yes, it is a scoring subject, but apart from that, I did not have a deep interest. I got more interested in it because I read more about the freedom movement, Indic history, politics. And I scored a very good score in class 10th too for social science, all because of him. And yes, the other social science teachers too. So yes, that's the impact which teachers had in my life, especially Santosh sir. Even to this day, whenever some teacher mentions a good teacher or on Teacher's Day, the teacher which comes into my mind is, he's not just a teacher, he's a guru for me, is Santosh sir and Sadhguru. So in conclusion, I just want to say that it might appear cool to disrespect teachers or just talk behind their back, mock them behind their back. But then, no, it is a boomerang. It comes back to yourself too. So never really do that. There might be exceptions. I'm not telling you that every teacher is going to help you, is going to understand you. But it's never okay to disrespect them or insult them, even in the slightest way possible. It might be cool. Don't set a bad example. If you yourself are going to do that, people next to you might think, okay, it's okay to do that too. Your siblings, your students, your classmates, your friends, do not set a bad example. And yes, one thing I can say with 100% confidence is that I've never really insulted a teacher. The last thing I remember was me putting on that face in front of him. And after sir rectified me, I've never really done that. So I urge all of you to do that too, and pay your tributes to your guru or your teachers who you consider has played an important role in your life, and do not forget to wish them today on this auspicious occasion of Guru Poornima. Thank you.